Second by Bill. Thank you. Any opposed? Hearing none. Carried. Anyone have an item of disclosure or pecuniary interest of the general nature that's of this evening? Hearing none. Do we have a motion to adopt the minutes as circulated?
I'll motion Bill Gregoriadis.
Moved by Bill, seconded.
I'll second that.
Robert,
Bob, yep.
anybody opposed? Any business arising from those minutes? Okay. Statement of precedent. Any decision reached by this committee tonight cannot be used to set a precedent. Okay, we have moving on to item 3.1. We have an application for a minor variance, file 812-2020, block 1, plan 44M15, 105 Arthur Avenue, Trowbridge, by Steve and Karen Vandenbrink. Notice was given on June the 12th, 2020, to landowners within 60 meters of the subject property and 2 agencies. The notice was posted on the subject property on June 12th, 2020. Steve, do you have any further comments on this application?
No, I think it was pretty well covered in the papers I got, so no further comment on it.
Okay, thank you. Sean, could we have your report, please?
Yes, thank you, and good evening, committee members, applicants, and those from the public who may be joining us tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. Minor variance application A12-2020, submitted by Stephen and Karen Vandenbrink, is requesting a variance to the North Perth zoning bylaw provisions to reduce the exterior side yard setback requirement from 7.5 meters or 25 feet to 4.5 meters or 15.7 feet to permit an addition to an existing accessory structure. If approved, the construction of a one-story addition to an existing shed will be permitted and may encroach into the standard exterior side yard setback. Subject lands are identified as Lot 1 of Plan 44M-15 in the Alma Ward and is municipally known as 105 Arthur Avenue. The property currently contains a single detached dwelling and is located at the end of the traveled portion of Arthur Avenue. The property has 199 meters or 655 feet of frontage along Arthur Avenue and a lot area of approximately 1.4 hectares or 3.6 acres. Staff has had the opportunity to review the application for minor variance with respect to the 4 requirements specified under Section 45(1) of the Planning Act. These include that the general intent and purpose of the official plan and the zoning bylaw are maintained, and that the variance is minor in nature and is considered to be desirable. It is the opinion of staff that the requested relief satisfies these 4 requirements. The property is designated end zone for residential uses, which include accessory structures such as a shed. The property has an odd triangular shape and is considered an exterior lot due to its proximity to the unopened road allowance that is a portion of Arthur Avenue. Trowbridge has several unopened road allowances, with many being transferred to adjacent landowners. Technically, as the lot is an exterior lot, a 7.5 meter side yard setback is required between structures and the property line. However, as this is an unopened road allowance, it is not traveled. The 7.5 meter requirement can be reduced, as the intent of the exterior side setback is to ensure an appropriate distance between structures and public roads. The relief requested for the exterior side yard setback does not present any visibility issues or safety concerns as the road is not traveled. And there is no plan to open this road. However, in the event the road is opened, there is adequate space between the expanded shed and the public road. As such, it is staff's opinion that the relief requested meets the 4 requirements, and it is staff's recommendation that the committee approve the application for minor variance as submitted by Stephen and Karen Vanderberg. Thank you.
Thanks, thanks, Sean. Anyone else want to comment on this before we hear questions from the committee? Hearing none, any questions from the committee? Any questions or concerns from the committee?
I have no concerns.
I also don't have any concerns.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Brad, sorry. Yep. I'm okay.
Okay, I didn't catch.
Brad, I'm okay with it.
I'll motion that the committee we approve the stuff. Sorry, sometimes I lose my words. I motion to approve.
Okay, and that was,
Bill Gregoriadis.
okay, thanks, Bill. Seconder? Brad? Thank you. Anybody opposed? Hearing none? It's approved. Thank you. Okay, I can read it. Notice of this that decision will be given in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act. Committee's decision is subject to the appeal of the local planning appeal tribunal in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act. So, if we get a notice.
Steve, the notice of decision will go out tomorrow. There's nobody here, so nobody has the option to appeal. There is 20-day appeal period, though. Thanks for coming, and you're free to leave the meeting if you choose.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, our next application is 3.2 under new business. Application for minor variance, file A13-2020, lot 165, plan 563, 190 Denstead Street, Listowel, by Terry and Joan Hayes. No, notice was given on June 12, 2020 to landowners within 60 meters of the subject property and 2 agencies. The notice was posted on the subject property project on June the 12th, 2020. Terry, would you like to comment on your application?
Don't know what to say. Basically, just want to put a roof and a privacy fence on the existing deck is what we're trying to accomplish. So
Okay, thanks, Terry. John,
Yes, thank you. Minor variance application A13, 2020, submitted by Joan and Terry Hayes, is requesting a variance to the North Perth zoning bylaw provisions to reduce the easterly interior side yard setback requirement from 1.8 meters or 6 feet to 1 meter or 3 feet, recognizing an existing deck and permitting the deck to be enclosed with a privacy wall and roof, and to permit the roof overhang of the enclosure to project an additional 0.3 meters or 1 feet into the interior side yard. If approved, the property owner will be permitted to enclose the existing deck with a wall and a roof. The subject property is identified as lot 165 of Plan 563 and is municipally known as 190 Dunstead Street in the Dual Ward. The property is an interior lot located on the south side of Dunstead Street and contains an existing single detached dwelling with an existing deck. The current property owner purchased the house with the deck already installed, which was slightly encroaching into the interior side yard setback requirement. The property owner is looking to rectify the deficient deck while also seeking relief to effectively enclose the deck with the privacy wall and roof. The property has 14 meters or 47 feet of frontage and a lot area of approximately 702 square meters or 7,500 square feet. Staff has had the opportunity to review the application with respect to the 4 requirements. It is the opinion of staff that the requested relief satisfies these requirements. The property is designated and zoned for residential uses, which include accessory structures and uses such as a deck. The deck was built prior to the applicant acquiring the property. However, unenclosed decks are required to have a 1.2 meter setback from the interior lot line. As the proposal includes a privacy wall and roof, thereby enclosing the deck, it is subject to the standard interior side yard setback of the zone, which is 1.8 meters. As such, the applicant is seeking relief from the interior side yard requirement to permit the unenclosed deck, which will encroach 0.8 meters, with the roof encroaching a further 0.3 meters. The existing deck has existed without any noted concerns from neighbors, nor has any access or drainage issues presented itself. Enclosing the deck may increase water runoff into the side yard. However, the applicant is including a 5-inch rain gutter with ease, controlling the flow of to this portion of the property. It is the opinion of staff that the general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw and official plan have been maintained. The applicant is seeking relief to recognize the existing deck and add privacy features. At the time of writing the staff report, no correspondence was received from neighbors objecting to the proposal. As such, the staff is of the opinion that the proposed variance is considered to be desirable for the use of land. And for these reasons, it is staff's recommendation that the committee approve the application for minor variance. Thank you.
thanks, Sean. Any comment from the committee members on this application?
I had a quick question before I ask. Would the back be enclosed or would that be open to the backyard?
I was gonna close in the back, put a patio door in the back end of it, actually.
Any other questions? If nothing else, I would entertain a motion.
Brad, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, thanks, Brad. Seconder?
I would second that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Anybody opposed? Carried. Notice of the decision will be given in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act. The committee's decision is subject to the appeal to the local planning appeal tribunal in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act. And again, this, the motion will be forwarded to you tomorrow, Terry. Sent out to you tomorrow, and there's 20-day appeal period. Is that right? Yep.
All right, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Terry. Okay, moving on to other business. We have a carryover from 2 weeks ago. Yes? We have a carryover from 2 weeks ago's meeting. Application for minor variance file A02-2020, block 69, plan 44M72. Requested a review application. And as the property owner, any additional information to add? It's this is Joe.
Yes, hi, I'm good.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, I'm just back with some more information on reducing those setbacks on the end of my units that I want to build on block 69.
Okay, thank you. Sean.
Great, thank you. So minor variance application A02-2020 submitted by Joseph Wagler Homes is requesting a variance to the North Perth zoning bylaw provisions to reduce the minimum exterior side yard setback from 6 meters to 4.5 meters, to reduce the minimum interior side yard setback from 3 meters to 1.5 meters. If approved, the construction of a single-story street front townhouse dwelling containing 7 units will be permitted. Each dwelling is expected to have approximately 8 meters of public road frontage. This application was presented to the committee at the June 9th, 2020 meeting. However, staff was not able to support the application as staff was of the opinion that the application did not contain sufficient information to justify the relief requested. The committee subsequently deferred a decision, providing the applicant with an additional opportunity to provide more information in support of the application. The applicant has since submitted an additional letter, which is attached to the staff report, and it provides additional details about the nature of the request. The general intent of the Listowel Ward official plan and the North Perth zoning bylaw are maintained. Residential uses are permitted, and the proposed townhouse dwellings would meet all other provisions of the North Perth zoning bylaw with the exception of the relief requested. The relief, if approved, will also allow the proposed single-story townhouse dwelling to encroach into the interior and exterior side yard setback. A 1.5 meter interior side yard setback can be considered appropriate for a single-story residential building. This allows for sufficient drainage and access. Additionally, the reduced exterior side yard setback is able to maintain a sufficient distance from the public road, and although not noted on the drawing submitted by the applicant, a 9-meter site triangle is maintained. Staff is of the opinion that the relief requested meets the 4 tests, and for these reasons, it is staff's recommendation that the committee approve the application. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Any questions or comments from the committee?
Yeah, Brad here. I'm not sure if I maybe missed it or the committee, the report that I've got for this new application is just Sean's 2-page report. I don't know that I got anything else.
The report would have been from last week as well. This is one that you guys were looking for more information about. So this is the information that I was provided from the applicant.
Okay, so there wasn't another sketch or anything that identifies what's happening.
No, nothing else was submitted other than the letter the applicant provided.
Okay, but that letter you never attached. You just described it in your document. Is that right?
I believe it was sent in to be attached, but maybe it didn't get attached.
Yes, Bill Guerrero here. I didn't get any attachment either, and it does say reference material attached. There's a site location in the sketch. So, but I do remember this from last meeting. I maybe be concerned if Bob might want to take a look at it too. But
Yes, I never received the additional information.
The basic information is the same as it was for last meeting, just more clarification. Is that not true, Donette?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So essentially, there was a drawing provided, and nothing has changed from the previous application. The previous application failed to explain what the intent of the relief was. We didn't know how many units were being proposed. We didn't know if it was a single-story or a two-story building. But in light of this new information, we feel that to accommodate this proposed product, the relief really is minor in nature, and it would support the establishment of 7 single-story townhouses, which the block was designed for. The question was, how many units was this block designed for? And that was another thing that we've now included in this application.
Thanks, Sean. Any other questions or comments?
None here.
I would entertain a motion then.
Bob, I'll recommend the approval.
The seconder.
Bill Guerrero, I'll second it.
Thanks very much. Anyone opposed? Carried. Thank you very much, Joseph. You'll be, there'll be a notice quoted in the mail tomorrow, and there'll be a 20-day normal appeal period from that date. So thank you very much for your input. Any correspondence to it? No correspondence. We would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Brad?
Thanks, Brad.
I'll second the motion.
Bob? Anyone opposed? Meeting will now adjourn at 7:26. Thank you very much, everyone.